what started off as a routine CBI operation on Sunday evening has turned into a full-blown battle between the Mamata Banerjee-led West Bengal administration and the central agency. The Supreme Court will today be hearing CBI's contempt plea against West Bengal government. The CBI has been asked to furnish proof of Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar or any authority in West Bengal destroying evidence or thwarting investigation into the chit fund scam cases. Now, three-judge bench headed by Justice Ranjan Gogoi will be hearing the case. The CBI has filed a second plea, also seeking cooperation and surrender of Kolkata top cop Rajiv Kumar. The CBI in court also cited letters written to the Kolkata police seeking police protection or their secret in Sunday operations. However, Mamata's cops have denied receiving any such letter. Meanwhile, Mamata has promised to continue her dharna against the CBI action till February 8th. Remember, Mamata Banerjee has termed her protest a war to save the constitution. The BJP, on the other hand, has termed the issue a constitutional breakdown and claimed that Mamata is shielding the chit fund accused by sitting on dharna. My colleague and executive editor Gaurav Sawant now joins me live from the protest venue. Gaurav, very good morning. Just take us through exactly what is happening. It is 7 a.m. What is the mood over there, the kind of people who are still assembled out there in support of the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee?
Good morning. Right behind me, Griha, is the dais where Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee spent her second night. She's here. A lot of her supporters continue to remain here, and they've described this as a fight to save the constitution. Late last night, DMK MP Kani Modi was here. RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav was here. They had a long conversation with Mamata Banerjee, and both of them said this is a fight to save democracy, save the constitution, and as they described, fight against fascist forces unleashed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And this, interestingly, is the pulse on ground, that this is the opposition coming together, the Mahagathbandhan coming together against the Modi government. When questions were posed to them that does this indicate that they are standing with corruption, they've turned around and said, where is the proof of that corruption? So now all eyes very clearly will be on the Supreme Court, because that's where CBI has to furnish evidence, if it has any, that there were apprehensions that Rajiv Kumar, as Commissioner of Police, was in the process of destroying crucial evidence when it came to the Sharda scam. Should that be the case, this story turns completely. So very, very clearly, Griha, all eyes will be on the Supreme Court, and the evidence that CBI produces, some of that has been accessed by India Today, where CBI is apprehensive about a certain red diary which still hasn't been handed over to them, or pen drives which haven't been handed over to them, that Rajiv Kumar, as then SIT chief, had in his possession in the Sharda scam. So let's see what the CBI says in court this morning. Griha.
Right. Gaurav, all eyes, in fact, are on the Supreme Court today, and it is the government who is actually going ahead and playing in the hands of Mamata Banerjee, because the politics of protest is something that she revels in. Moving on now, Mamata Banerjee has gathered support of political parties across India in her protest against the Modi government, and now actor-turned-neta Kamal Haasan has also voiced his support for Mamata Banerjee. Claiming that Mamata isn't doing anything wrong, Kamal said that no government will tolerate such pressure from the centre. Meanwhile, opposition netas will be meeting today in the national capital to decide the further course of action on the West Bengal dharna. The Congress leadership is set to attend the meeting in the national capital. Remember, Rahul Gandhi has also supported Mamata Banerjee in her fight against the Modi government.
அப்படிப்பட்ட தர்ணா தமிழ்நாட்டிலையும் நடந்திருக்கணும், நடக்கலை. ஏன்னா அவ்வளவு அழுத்தம் மேலிருந்து வருவதை எந்த சுயமரியாதை உள்ள அரசும் ஏற்காது. அதோடைய பிரதிபலிப்பாக இருக்கலாம். முழு அரசியல் இங்கே தமிழர்களுக்கு விளக்க வேண்டியதில்லை, நம் நிலைமையை விளக்கலாம்.
Now, the battle for Bengal between the Trinamool Congress and the BJP has only escalated. On West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee continued her dharna, and she is doing so today as well. She is going to be on that dharna till the February 8th, and she's even gone ahead, held meetings in public view. Most opposition parties, meanwhile, have come out in support of Mamta Banerjee. Here's all that you want to know on this story.
The high-voltage drama in Kolkata on Sunday has rallied the entire opposition behind Mamta Banerjee.
बंगाल में नहीं, ये बात लखनऊ में हो गई है, उत्तर प्रदेश में हुई है.
After their initial declaration of support, the opposition parties on Monday took their fight to Parliament, where they accused the Narendra Modi government of misusing the CBI for settling political scores.
जो राजनीतिक दल भारतीय जनता पार्टी से मजबूती से लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं, उन्हीं के खिलाफ सीबीआई, उन्हीं के खिलाफ ईडी.
The uproar derailed proceedings in both houses.
अब तक की गई जांच से इस मामले में कई राजनीतिक एवं प्रभावशाली व्यक्तियों के शामिल होने की बात का पता चला है, जो समाज में व्यापक क्राउड और अपना इन्फ्लुएंस रखते हैं. कल जो भी घटनाएं हुई हैं वह एक तरीके से संवैधानिक व्यवस्थाओं के टूटने की ओर संकेत कर रही है. ये सरकार सीबीआई को एक हथियार बनाकर सभी अपोजिशन लीडर को खत्म करना चाहती है. अपोजिशन पार्टियों को खत्म करके एक ऑटोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट लाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
The opposition show of unity extended beyond Parliament. One after another, leaders spoke out in support of Mamta, whose police force prevented a CBI team from questioning the Kolkata police chief Rajiv Kumar in the Sharda Chit Fund case.
ममता जी के साथ अन्याय हुआ है और लगातार उन्हें अपमानित करने के लिए सीबीआई और सीबीआई के माध्यम से उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई हुई है. उन्हीं के पार्टी के नेता बीजेपी ने शामिल किए. ये बीजेपी की कूटनीति है. उत्तर प्रदेश में भी इसी तरह किया था.
He himself has created ample scope. How this machinery is going to be used by the government headed by Narendra Modi sir.
केंद्र सरकार ने जो कुछ भी पश्चिम बंगाल में किया है वो बेहद खतरनाक है, संविधान के खिलाफ है, जनतंत्र के खिलाफ है और इस तरह के कदम भारत देश के लिए बहुत बड़ा खतरा है.
After staying silent for one day, two fence-sitters, the Telangana Rashtra Samiti and Biju Janata Dal finally reacted on Monday. The BJD issued statement describing the CBI move as unprofessional conduct and coloured with political motives, but later clarified it should not be clubbed with any political fronts. The TRS meanwhile criticised the CBI action.
The institutions which are meant to uphold democracy should be always strengthened, and they should not be misused against anybody, whether it be a state body or whether it be a central body.
The Modi government, however, dismissed the opposition charges outright.
सारी मर्यादाओं को तोड़कर ममता जी सिर्फ सीबीआई पूछताछ करने गई है और एक पुलिस कमिश्नर के समर्थन में उसके साथ धरना पर बैठी हुई हैं. तो ये पुलिस कमिश्नर क्या चीज है? टोटल सस्पिशियस सर्कमस्टेंसेस सराउंडिंग ऑल दिस क्लियरली इंडिकेट्स दैट दिस पुलिस कमिश्नर नोज अ लॉट and therefore he has to be saved.
Modi versus Mamta in West Bengal is turning out to be one of the biggest battles of 2019. By hitting the streets over CBI's attempt to question the police officer considered close to her, Mamta Banerjee is trying to make the fight a question of Bangla pride. Whether she manages to do so, only time will tell. With Polami Saha and Gaurav Samant in Kolkata and Anisha Mathur in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
The ripples of the unprecedented event in Bengal are likely to be felt in the parliament today again. The standoff between the Bengal government and the CBI echoed in both the houses on Monday. Opposition parties led by the TMC protested against the misuse of the probe agency, following which both the houses were adjourned. Home Minister Rajnath Singh also made a statement in the parliament calling the situation in West Bengal unprecedented. Singh also sought a report from the Bengal governor, Keshrinath Tripathi, on the prevailing situation in Kolkata. Kolkata, which was promptly sent by the Raj Bhavan after the Special Investigation Branch submitted its findings.
अब तक की गई जांच से इस मामले में कई राजनीतिक एवं प्रभावशाली व्यक्तियों के शामिल होने की बात का पता चला है, जो समाज में व्यापक क्राउड और अपना इन्फ्लुएंस रखते हैं। कल जो भी घटनाएं हुई हैं वह एक तरीके से संवैधानिक व्यवस्थाओं के टूटने की ओर संकेत कर रही हैं। मैं अपील करना चाहता हूं वहां की सरकार से, वहां के मुख्यमंत्री से कि लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट एजेंसी को ठीक तरीके से काम करने का वह अवसर प्रदान करें।
ये सरकार सीबीआई को एक हथियार बनाकर सभी अपोजिशन लीडर को खत्म करना चाहती है। अपोजिशन पार्टियों को खत्म करके एक ऑटोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट लाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
Now, why is Mamata Banerjee going out of her way to protect Kolkata top cop Rajiv Kumar? Is there a nexus between the two that dates back to the Sharda and Rose Valley chit fund scam? Well, India Today's Indrajit Kundu breaks it down for us.
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee with the Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar. Even as she continues to sit on dharna, alleging that the CBI's move to question the top cop is an attack on the Constitution. So was the CBI's action illegal? Letters accessed by India Today show that despite repeated summons, Rajiv Kumar did not appear to record his statement before the CBI. The agency insists that he was being called as a witness and not as a suspect. What's even more curious is that the other two officers who were part of the SIT continued to appear before the CBI, but Kumar did not. The CBI now claims that Rajiv Kumar has in his possession crucial documents in the two chit fund cases. These were allegedly not handed over despite the Supreme Court's direction. But why is Didi going out of her way to defend a police officer? 1989 batch IPS officer Rajiv Kumar was made the Kolkata Police Commissioner in 2016. This just 3 years after he headed the SIT probing Sharda and Rose Valley chit fund scams. The BJP alleges the officer is close to Mamata Banerjee and is hinting at a cover-up.
सारी मर्यादाओं को तोड़कर ममता जी सिर्फ सीबीआई पूछताछ करने गई है और एक पुलिस कमिश्नर के समर्थन में उसके साथ धरना पर बैठी हुई हैं। The total suspicious circumstances surrounding all this clearly indicates that this police commissioner knows a lot and therefore he has to be saved.
While the Supreme Court tomorrow will decide on the legality of the CBI's attempt to question the Kolkata police chief, Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar has several tough questions to answer. For instance, why was he evading the CBI despite being served repeated notices to join the probe, and why did he not record his statement with the probe agency? With camera person Tapan, Indrajit for India Today in Kolkata.
Now, 2 days after a massive controversy erupted over the landing of Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's chopper in West Bengal, Yogi is set to address a rally in Purulia today. After the chopper row, Yogi has changed his strategy of arriving in West Bengal. He will now be landing in Jharkhand first and then reach Purulia via road. Purulia District Magistrate has confirmed that no permission has been provided for Yogi's helicopter landing, as the BJP is yet to provide a NOC in the same matter. Yogi's Bankura rally, meanwhile, has been cancelled as the BJP failed to get permission for the same as well. And preparations for the rally were underway in full swing, and the BJP has claimed that the rally will be held with or without permission from the administration. The TMC, on the other hand, had denied any role in this matter. Yogi's rally comes even as Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee continues her dharna in Kolkata after the drama that unfolded over CBI officials attempting to question Kolkata top cop Rajiv Kumar in connection with the chit fund scam. Welcome back. In a big boost to the Modi government's bid to bring fugitive Vijay Mallya back, UK Home Secretary Sajid Javid has ordered the extradition of Vijay Mallya to India. This comes after the Westminster Magistrates Court ordered Mallya's extradition in December last year. Taking note of the UK Home Secretary's order, now Mallya has confirmed that he will be appealing against this decision. Remember, Mallya has 14 days to appeal against the order in the UK High Court. India has welcomed the decision and said that it expects speedy completion of the extradition process. Union Minister Arun Jaitley lauded the Modi government on Mallya's extradition and took the opportunity to slam the opposition that is uniting in support of Mamata Banerjee's war against the CBI. Mallya can file his plea in the Crown Court next, after which he can approach the Queen's Bench of High Court Justice and then finally move the Supreme Court. There is also a process of review that can be filed against the UK top court's decision. Mallya may not come to India anytime soon, as just the Crown Court takes an average of 175 days to deliver its judgment. And Lavina Tandon now joins me for further inputs on this story. Lavina, what is the process basically for Vijay Mallya to come to India? Is he going to be returning anytime soon?
A very strong chance that he can come back before elections in India, and that is definitely a big win for Modi government, who were alleged that they let him out of the country, and that is what I think they have been meaning to do, the intent which they have fought this case at the Westminster Magistrate Court was very, very evident. Everything was done very promptly. Yes, the evidence was all over the place, as the judge said. Emma Arbuthnot of Westminster Magistrate Court Chief Magistrate had said, but having said that, they were very prompt in giving every single evidence and coming back on this case. So the intent has been very clear. This case has worked up itself quite fast. The judgment has been in the favor of ED and CBI and the Indian government as we speak, and now it feels like that there is a very strong chance that this case might not go to further appeal other than to the one judge bench in the High Court. And if this happens, yes, Mr. Mallya can get back very soon to India, and that will be the biggest trump card for Prime Minister Narendra Modi for May 2019 elections indeed.
Lavina, thank you so much for joining us. Meanwhile, let's also listen into what the Congress has to say on this extradition of Vijay Mallya. Here's Pramod Tiwari with this reaction.
विजय माल्या क्या है, कैसे गया दुनिया को मालूम है, कैसे उसके लिए वारंट विड्रॉ हुआ है, कैसे वो ढेर सारे सूटकेस लेके वीवीआईपी के तौर पे गया है। तो इस सरकार का कृपा पात्र था, कृपा पात्र है। जब चाहेंगे उसको भेजेंगे, जब चाहेंगे बुलाएंगे ये, और ये भी हो सकता है कि अपील करा दें।
Now, 5 days after the Debt Recovery Tribunal seized the properties of fugitive liquor baron Vijay Mallya's group, his kin has now moved the Mumbai court against the seizure of the property. Mallya claims that properties worth over 13,000 crore rupees have been seized. Mallya, in a series of tweets, had on January 31st claimed that properties more than the claimed 9,000 crores that he owes to the banks was seized. In fact, he further asked, where was the justice? Ahead of the 2019 polls, the row over electronic voter machines has exploded. The opposition has now demanded that the poll panel ensure that 50% of the EVM results are matched and cross-checked with voter verified paper audit trails before declaration of results in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Now, the demand came at a meet with the Election Commission, where a memorandum signed by 23 opposition parties was submitted. The opposition claimed that people doubted the efficacy of EVMs, and this issue needs to be redressed. In fact, the Election Commission in return assured the opposition that they will examine and deliberate upon their concerns. The poll panel further stated that they were awaiting a report on EVMs and VVPATs from the Indian Statistical Institute.
पेपर बैलेट की डिमांड पहले से है। अगर पेपर बैलेट अगर नहीं कर सकते, किसी वजह से अगर दिक्कत है, तो कम से कम वीवीपैट को 50% तो गिना जाए, यानी क्रॉस वेरिफिकेशन होगा आपके जो ईवीएम मशीन्स है उसका और वीवीपैट का 50% पर्चे का। अगर ये क्रॉस वेरिफिकेशन होगा 50%, तो लोगों को एक मालूम होगा कि जो भी लोग वोट दिए हैं वो उनको एक सेटिस्फैक्शन होगा। तो जनता के सेटिस्फैक्शन के लिए और डेमोक्रेसी में जो लोग वोट देते हैं उनको भी ये मालूम होना चाहिए कि हमारा वोट जिनको हम चाहते थे उनको मिला है।
First of all our demand to bring total transparency. You have to go back to paper ballot. Even developed countries, even technology-wise very strong countries, now they are having only paper ballot. That is how they are doing. Here, because of time constraint, we are demanding 50%. Even to count 100% EVPAT, it is not a big issue. It is not going to cost more, no equipment is required, and at the same time, it is going to take some more time. For democracy, for creating confidence, they can do the job. That is what we are demanded.
The Election Commission listened to us. We made a practical, reasonable suggestion. At least at the time of counting, 50% of the VVPAT should be taken for counting. Election Commission said, the Chief Election Commissioner, they will discuss the matter within the Commission and they will give due consideration to the suggestions made by our political parties.
आप लोगों का मेन ग्राउंड क्या रहा, उसमें क्या 50% से ज्यादा एट रैंडम काउंटिंग होनी चाहिए?
50% की हम लोगों ने मांग की है। अब वो क्या करेंगे, उन्होंने एक कमेटी बैठा दी है, उसके बाद वो फिर हम लोगों से मिलेंगे तब बताएंगे।
Short break here on First Up while I catch up on my cup of coffee. You do the same. I'll see you on the other side with more news and updates.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.